during the head-to-head matchup, after we performed, they brought both teams on stage, and then you look behind at the screen, and then it shows the judges' tally. And so I'm looking back, and the sound's going like bing, 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 and I'm seeing the guys react and the crowd's reacting. And I'm colorblind, so I don't see apparently there's like a +1 on Brotherhood. I'm not seeing that. All I'm seeing at the bottom, like if you watch on the stream, if you just like watch my reaction, I'm literally just like deadpan looking at the screen, and I just see each of the judges. There's like white, and I'm just like, are we team white? How does that work? And it just went like bing, bing, bing. But all the guys are reacting, so I'm like, something's going on here. I'm not 100% for sure. And then they announced like Brotherhood won the matchup, and I'm like, how? Like, what happened? And where did this happen? Where is everyone getting this information? What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Studio North podcast season 2. We are so excited to be back. It's been a hot minute, but we are here. We are excited. Thank you for reminding us and pushing us to come back. Lots been going on, but we are excited to be here. We are excited to be shooting another episode of season 2. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up season 2 that have already been some pre-recorded, some about to be recorded. How are you feeling about season 2?
Lots has happened since September 2024. We have a 1-year-old now. Technically, he's 16 months, almost 17 months. So summer was fun with a toddler running around everywhere. Yeah. And just seeing him, oh my goodness, just seeing him grow has been so special and exhausting, but yeah.
Rewarding.
Yes.
I think it's been really cool this past little bit. Like what I've noticed, he's just getting a lot more like personality. He's talking more. If I'm being totally honest, I feel like the first year, it was hard to connect with him in a way because, it was hard. Like they're not as interactive, and I feel like he's obviously very gravitationally being pulled towards you as his mom. That connection's so special. But once he hit about 13, 14 months, it's been really cool. I can like play with him.
Yeah,
I can
full toddler now from newborn to just baby mode.
And we have conversations now. He has full on ideas he wants to share with us, and
he loves to dance.
Loves dancing. Can you dance? Dance.
Need a snack.
Yeah, I can like throw him around. He's a little bit more agile, or I can throw him on the couch. And we can like wrestle a little bit. So that's been really cool to see. But he's still the same self. It's cool to see what he was like when in the first year compared to where he is now. Like it's still, he's always been this kid, but it's just his personality's emerging a bit more. It's been really cool to see. Right, buddy?
I've loved the toddler stage a lot, like getting new toys for him, upgrading from the baby toys. Food has been fun. He's just that's what's true, like what they say, like they're just picky eaters. It's very humbling cooking for him, putting in all this work, and then he's like, no, no. I'm like, all done. I'm like, you didn't even touch anything. You're still learning so much, or so much just keeps changing. Like you think you got it down, and then no, you don't.
Curveball.
So but it has been a lot more fun, and just seeing him interact with others. He like loves hugging people, loves dancing, singing, giving speeches, and he's just the cutest. Cutest, most outgoing little guy.
So we got a 1-year-old?
Got a 1-year-old. What else is new with you? I heard you have a new hobby.
Oh, do I ever? Yes, I have a new hobby, and that hobby is golf. I've taken golf back up again. I worked at a golf course back in high school, and then obviously played a little bit back then, and then just recently took it up last year. It's probably been now
Yeah, I think so.
And I've fallen absolutely in love with it. I might ramble, so just feel free to stop me at any point. But I just love every part of it. I love the game. I love the community, because that's the thing too, is when you're playing golf, you're playing with normally like a foursome with like other of your, of your friends. And it's just an opportunity that you can connect with them doing something rather than it's like, hey, let's go for coffee. And you sit across them and you're like, what's new? You've got like an activity, you've got something that you're doing. It's challenging. There's always something you can do better. There's been like this kind of cultural moment right now with golf where it's like everyone's like, look, we got LeBron, we got Kevin Hart, and I'm proud to say I was doing it before them, so it wasn't a band trendsetter. Yeah, I mean, not a
band
wagoner.
Yeah, sure.
But it's cool seeing a couple of our. A lot of my like friends now starting to get into the game as well. Like a lot of the Brotherhood guys were playing together. So that's been really cool. What else do I love about the game? It's challenging. There's always something you can do better at.
And you're really good, of course.
I don't want to say like really good, but I would say I think it helped that I golfed like earlier on, that now it's just like tweaking some of the things, but I did take lessons.
But he tells me every time, oh, I got par 90.
Par's
is that wrong?
Close. But par's good. Par's good. We're happy with the par. We're even happy with the bogey. We're trying to stay away from the double bogeys.
No idea what that means, but
got an eagle. That was crazy. Couple birdies. Anyways, it's really cool. I think the other thing, nice.
Sorry.
I think the other thing I really enjoy about it is you're outside, and I feel like for so much, we live in Vancouver. I would argue it's the most beautiful city in the world, but we're often indoors with the studio, with teaching, with dancing, or even just working on the studio. It's a lot indoors. And so it's an opportunity to get outside and just enjoy nature. You get to see the mountains, the grass, the water, where all the balls go in. I don't know, man. I think it's finding a hobby. I think I've been
waiting for this moment because Scott works so hard and, can like focus in on like one thing all the time. And I was like, man, do you have like, is there
you have a life? Actually though,
I don't know many wives or people in general that are like, oh, I need to get my partner a hobby, but I'm like, I need to get you something. So I'm so glad you found it. Yeah.
I'm very blessed to have a wife that also encourages that, because that's
with a toddler.
That's very rare, and I definitely don't abuse that by any means. But it's also when you go, you can't really think of anything else, which I think helps because as you said, like, a little bit of a workaholic. Hi, I'm Scott and I'm a workaholic. And it's
sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's true though.
You do work very hard, but you never had like another outlet for it. So it's like
100%.
If you had downtime, you're like, well, I guess I'll just go to the studio and like putter around. And I'm like,
putter. But it's true. And that's also what happens when your hobby becomes your career too. The relationship with that changes. And so dance became the career and you still love it, but it changes. That relationship, like we've talked about with dance, has changed. So it is nice having something that is completely removed. And when you're on the course, you're present. You have to be thinking about your swing. You got to think about your posture. You got to think about your spine angle, ball flight. You got to think about ball spin. You don't really have the luxury to think about, oh, right, I forgot I have to do this, or I remembered I have to do that, or you're really just in the moment, which for me is rare. It's often like, what are we doing next? Where are we going next? What do we have to do? So it's been a nice little break. It's addicting. But if anyone else out there golfs and would like to go, hit me up. It's cool. It's just like community. I don't know. It's community building. I want to get Studio North golf club gear at some point. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll just do it for like 5 of us, but get some like custom hats and balls and fits. I think that would be pretty sick.
I'm still waiting for my golf fit.
You're interested in getting into it if you have a cute fit.
Yes, that's my bribe or prerequisite. If you buy me a fit, I will try it. Any sport. Tennis, volleyball, golf, pickleball, basketball. Anything. I can be easily persuaded if you just give me a fit.
Okay. That's on the to-do list. I will find a cute golf fit for you, and then we can go together. I've also seen some guys, they like took their babies with them, like in the they had like they got a cart, and then they had the car seat strapped in so they would like play with their young one. But it was a little hectic time, so I feel like I missed that opportunity. But I could take him, if I tried to take him now, he would just run around the whole course. Yeah. But he would love the balls. He loves ball. That's all he says. It's so cute. Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of what's my new hobby since last year, I guess. Yeah, I think I was like low key about it too last year. I think last time we recorded, I think I did play, but like I was just like meddling. I was like, dude, is this really something I can invest some time into? And now I'm like, I want to be a golf influencer. That's just it. Like, sorry, that's all I'm doing. Just kidding. No, definitely not. But the opportunity's always still there. Move over, Grant Horvat.
No idea who that is.
Okay, no stress. How about you, my love? That's been something new in my life in the past year?
For the studio, our management team has grown. So that's been really exciting, really fun working with new people, new energy. If you can tell, like our social game has been up and up and up and up. So shout outs to our social media managers. And yeah, just our team that we've brought on and obviously been really helpful for us as new parents and juggling all the studios, all the things. But yeah, really pumped about that. Yeah,
it's been a cool, I think maybe the other reason we had to take a little bit of a break too was because it just felt like we were in massive growth season where new team members were coming on, new hiring, new onboarding, and we felt like that was really important at that time to like make sure everyone's set up for success. Like our marketing team has gotten significantly larger. Our operations team has gotten larger. We were hiring new studio managers. But with all that, I think it also takes a lot of time and energy into making sure we got the right people in the right roles. So I think this past season has been a lot focused on that. Because we expanded, like from the business side, we expanded pretty quickly and we want to continue to grow. But I think it's also really important for us to make sure that we're dialing in what we're currently doing and making it the best possible experience before we then continue to go out. And I feel like within like a few years stint there, we're growing at a insane rapid pace with like, pace with like Toronto, Burnaby, Toronto, Mount Pleasant, that now it's like really good to make sure that we've got the right support around us because I think we were wearing a lot of the hats for the first bit and now almost like building a team that can help bring the vision to life, I think has been really cool to see. Yeah.
And seeing how much it has grown, like without just us and without the pressure of us leading every single decision or plan. It's been very helpful and cool to see it
grow.
What's the word there? Yes, thank you.
Expand. Yeah. And that kind of takes us into like the work-life integration is what we like to talk about rather than balance because I feel like work-life balance, the insinuation is that you're balancing almost like good with bad, but I think it's more so integrating it, especially when you know, with us where it's our own business and it's what we love to do. Like, how do we integrate that with our day-to-day life while trying to manage all the other priorities we have with just like existing and living as adults? Like adulting is a real thing. I think that our generation is experiencing right now. So that's been, I think it's been a challenge figuring out that work-life integration. And I think especially as, you know, entrepreneurs, like you have all this flexibility, I think. And sometimes there's anxiety or there's like an overwhelm where there is so much possibility. There is so much opportunity and flexibility that you almost don't even know where to start. Whereas when we were working at other organizations and it was like, okay, you just clock in here and clock out there. Then it's like, oh, sweet. I know those
boundaries.
Yeah. And then I can say anything outside of that is what I have to do outside of work. But I think we're still learning that, but I think we're getting some momentum, getting a bit of traction. Yeah.
We had a family meeting. Sort out some systems.
Love a good family meeting.
Yeah, we're learning to treat our home life or set up systems so that we can succeed like we do in our business. So that was, something that made me feel like a real adult, like scheduling laundry, meal prepping. Like you think it's common to just do it, but I think for the longest time, I'm like, oh, sorry. My brain has been like, I have to do this at home. And then I also have to do this for the studio.
Yeah.
To do this for Tommy. So yeah, it's nice to have some structure, like you said, because we do carry so many responsibilities and like all the hats that we have. So figuring it all out. And
highly recommend the family meeting. I think
it was fun.
That was cute. It was fun. We did a little coffee, did a little lunch date, and then kind of just sorted out, everything that needs to get done. I think, like you said, treating your home life kind of like your business. And there's a lot of principles there. Obviously, it's not the same, but I think a lot of the principles in business also apply to life as well, where it's like scheduling, routines, check-ins. Those are all things that I think we were just like running, go. And then we started to notice like, oh, there's some things that are slipping here. Like we didn't schedule time to do X, Y, Z. So maybe we should start doing that and just going through all the roles and responsibilities and figuring all that out. It doesn't sound glamorous. It doesn't sound romantic, but I think it really is helping us set up for also like intentional time where we can be romantic, or intentional time where we can have family time, us time, and then also knowing that everything, all of our other bases are being covered. Because there's a lot going on.
Be romantic.
What's that?
The way you said it is so cute.
Oh.
Schedule time to be romantic.
Yeah, no, totally. I think it's so important because if you don't,
it is just the way you said it was cute.
But I think for anyone else that's out there that might be struggling with that, whether it's work and just balancing it all, I think having a weekly check-in, a monthly check-in, I think it's working. Mm-hmm. So take it or leave it. But big update.
Big update.
Brotherhood's back.
And one IDL. That gives the people what they want to hear.
Thank you, love.
Are we diving into it?
We can.
Away?
Yeah, we can chat about it. So for those that might not know, Brotherhood's back after a 6-year hiatus.
Crazy.
Yeah. And we took part in the first inaugural event of International Dance League, which was wild. For those maybe that don't know, International Dance League, it's a new league that is specifically for dancers. And I think their goal is really to make dance a sport, which is pretty cool. And to kind of set a new standard for competition within the dance realm, as well as like getting dancers paid, like making an actual sustainable career, which has been really tough for dancers. So, Connor, the founder, and it's not ambassador. What's the name? Council. There's the commissioner. He's a good friend. He also runs Steezy. I remember he shot me this idea a couple years ago, just about like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts? And I think when I first heard it, I was like, holy smokes, this is legit. Like this could actually be something huge, and really kind of taking the model similar to NBA, NFL. There's also been like new, more up and coming markets. So for example, esports, like with video games, that's really taken off, and there's been leagues for esports. And so it kind of makes sense that dance is the next new thing, because it's so prevalent in culture, so prevalent in music. Everyone's dancing with social media, like it's at the forefront, and yet there hasn't been structure around that or giving that platform, I think, to those dancers on such a global scale, which was cool. So as he was telling me about it, this was years ago, I was like, okay, sounds great. I'll believe it when I see it. And then, get a call like, when was that? That would have been May, probably.
That was when it was confirmed. But like you were saying, it was in talks for a while. And I feel like it was maybe the beginning of the year. And I was like, okay, it's getting there.
Right.
But it was still like, okay, just let me know.
Yeah.
And then it was May, which is crazy because the competition was July.
Yeah.
So...
they've been, it happened pretty quick. And, we basically had to finalize a roster. They increased the capacity of the team, so we had to add some more dancers to the team, figure that out, and then figure out, we had to basically how the league works is there's 2 rounds. So you've got your first round where you go head to head with another team, which I think is kind of cool. And then the winners of that round move on to the next round, the second round, which is the final round. And then that's where they place the top 3. But that means coming up with 2 full 3-minute sets in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
that was a lot. I still remember it. And then you've also got the music side as well, because, it's a big thing. You've got to deal with copyright issues and making sure that we're using the right track. So we basically, you remember this, we were at our parents' cabin and
no service, off grid, or like really low service, basically.
Yeah. No Wi-Fi, no like running water, just like really camping. We were basically camping, and they sent us the song list. It was 11,000 songs, and we had to basically pick, and it was first come, first serve. So we got it, I think it was at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And we found a random place where we could get a little bit of cell service. And then we downloaded the list. And then basically you helped a ton. Adrian as well. I was messaging him like in real time, going back and forth and just going through 11,000 songs to try and find the ones that we wanted to dance to, which was pretty crazy.
So crazy, but so fun.
Yeah. Looking back now, I'm like, oh, that's cute. But in the moment, it was so stressful because you're like,
what if the other team gets your song?
Totally. And then I think also like it was the first time one of the first times I should say that we didn't have full creative freedom in the music that we wanted to choose. So that also was like a limiting factor for like your creativity and what you wanted to do. So that was a challenge that we had to think through of like, okay, do these songs have like dynamic range throughout it? Do we do one track? Do we do a mix? And there was back and forth going on, like how many songs can we use? Can we mix them? Can we add sound effects?
Originally, you were saying you only had to pick 2 songs because it was going to be one track for each routine.
Yeah.
And then did they change it like the day of, or
it was later? No, it was later. So we went through the 11,000 song list. We chose the 2 tracks we wanted. Yeah. And then afterwards we submitted them, and then they said you can add more. It's for like a top mix of like 3 songs. And then we're like, oh my gosh, so then we had to go back through the list again and find a few more songs. And then we had to decide, there's all like sorts of strategy behind, do you want to do one full song set, or do you want to break it up into multiple sections and show some dynamics? So all those decisions were like running through our heads, but it was just funny that we were doing it literally in like the middle of nowhere with like no service, bunch of just like trees. It was middle of the night by this point. It took us like 3 hours, I think, just nonstop going, but we got the songs that we wanted and it all kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But that was a fun memory about that process. And then, what else happened?
Well, I think in general, like the whole process of IDL, like the back end discussions and just the fact that it was the very first one. So it was like everything was still being figured out as you went. So which added to the stress, but also made it like such a interesting process, where I feel like it was just so cool that you guys were part of the very first one.
Right.
And just getting it just felt like the old days we were saying. So me and Scott used to have rehearsals back to back. Like I'd be with Style and Grace, he'd be with Brotherhood at another studio we'd rehearse at, and then we would like consult at night when we would come home, and just felt like those days again. And it was just very nostalgic, and I'm just so happy and proud that you guys are back and we're a part of it all. And I was just so excited to be there for you.
No, you were such a huge help. And I feel like that was it. Like you said, it was just like the old days where I like come home and then you'd even be like sleeping. I'd come in and you just like wake up and you're just like, show me the footage.
That was our nightly routine for like 2 months. Like, show me, I need to see. And then I would pass out. It was amazing.
No, it definitely is such a huge help throughout that whole process. And I think it was also cool bringing the boys back together after like so long. Cause to be honest, like we took a bit of a break there. And it was
6 years.
Yeah, a little bit. I think there was a lot happening just like in our, like with the studio, I think was one element, but I really do think a big part of it was like, we really set out to do what we wanted to do and what we accomplished, which was, to get out on the competition circuit, try to win, the competitions that we wanted to win.
Won everything.
Thank you, my love. But inspire the next generation of dancers and inspire dancers all around the world. And I feel like we accomplished that. And then all the guys were getting to a certain point of their life where we were adulting. Like we weren't 16 anymore, where we can just like stay up to 3 a.m. And practice all night. And then, guys were getting married, getting jobs, and we're like, okay, so what's next? And at the moment there wasn't anything. It was just kind of more of the same. And so that's where we were like, okay, I think it's better just to like pause for now. I know it's weird and I know it's scary, but I feel like that's kind of what's best for us as a team. And then this kind of comes along, knocks on the door, and I'm like, this is exactly what we were hoping for. Like, this is exactly what we were waiting for as a team, is like another opportunity, another thing that we can work towards, a new challenge that hasn't really been done before. And so when that happened, it was like this, I knew exactly, I was like, this is exactly the time that we come back.
Yeah.
And bringing the boys back together, like it was so, it was very nostalgic. And then also incorporating a lot of the new guys, like it was cool to dance and bring onto the team a lot of guys that were either on Brotherhood varsity in the past, or they're just young guys that were looking up to Brotherhood in their respective cities.
Like you literally made their dreams come true.
Crazy.
Like seeing some of their stories on Close Friends. Like, don't worry, they weren't posting this publicly, but like they were like just cheesing and just living the dream again. So I thought that was really cool. Like what crew has that like notoriety or credibility that like some of these people had moved from different provinces before to be like, okay, like I want to join, not necessarily Brotherhood, but they were coming for the studio at the time. Like obviously their dream is Brotherhood, but when you guys stopped kind of competing or dancing, I remember literally one of them, he was saying to me like, I kind of let that dream go for a little bit. Like I'm happy and everything's going great. But when you guys asked him to be a part of it again, because he was on varsity, he was like, absolutely, yes, I will do anything. And I feel like having that fresh energy also like with the OGs, it just, it was really special to watch. And I was just, again, I'm so happy for you guys. It was just a perfect like journey or perfect competition for you guys to come back to and win. That's great. So, okay. Like all this to say, like there's a lot of pressure, obviously, and stress. Like you're coming back. It's a new comp. So I remember Scott's like motto was like, well, we just want to do our best. Like we're just trying to enjoy this all. Cause obviously this is so new and fun, but your like focus was like, we just want to do the best we can and like have amazing routines, 2 crazy routines. And there was just no expectation of like, we're going to win or we want to win, because you had no idea what to expect versus like when you would prep for HHI vibe, like we could look back and see all the past years of like, okay, this is kind of what it takes to win. But we had no idea. We had no idea of like, okay, like some of these are new crews. Some of these aren't even crews. They're just being put together. And like, I feel like you guys were one of the only crews that people knew going into it, if that makes sense. Like, some had old members or like the name, but like, it was like, you guys were Brotherhood. And
it was like a lot of the OGs
exactly,
too. From day one.
Yeah. So I could talk about it forever, even though I wasn't, competing, but.
You were so invested. I loved it.
So invested.
We'll chat about that too, the watch party. But, I think it was really cool also combining like the new gen and the old gen. And I think we like really like worked off of each other. And just like creating kind of like creating that Brotherhood experience again. But like to your point, it was true. Like we literally had no idea what we were signing up for. And there was a lot of anxiety there too. Like we were also cast as like the underdogs because we hadn't been competing for the past 6 years and we really wanted to come out with a bang. It just felt like all this expectation as well, like on our shoulders of like, oh, what's it going to be like? Like you better do really well because look at all, look at your resume. And I think that pushes you definitely to be the best version of yourself, but it also can add stress. And I've definitely like felt that a lot in the past where you're always just you're not competing against anyone else. You're just competing against your last set. You're competing against yourself. And so I think going into it, we really were like, we have no idea what's coming up. Let's just go out there and like do the best that we possibly can. And then just be content with whatever result it is. And I think just like being a part of the league in and of itself was a win. Like, and I think that's the other cool part with all of the other teams. Like, yes, we're competing against each other, but there also is just the sense of camaraderie across all teams that like we're living the dream. Like we're doing this together. Like regardless of the placings, guys, we're in a freaking league.
Yeah,
like,
and you have to see them next comp. So
totally, you can't start crazy beef.
We're gonna beat you.
Totally. Like there's this sense of like respect and camaraderie that we're all like trying to build this together. And I think that's been a really cool, even with the league, they're like very receptive to like our feedback and what we're suggesting, because they really want to build this like, it sounds so cliche, but by dancers for dancers. Like it's not this external organization that is a sports organization that's like, oh, we want to make dance a sport. It's like, these are dancers. These are dancers who are like, we want to do this for dance, which is so cool to be able to work with and partner with them. And they're, so receptive to everything that we're throwing their way, which has been awesome. So shout out to IDL. Go give them a follow on YouTube and social media, Instagram. They're everywhere, idl.pro. While you're at it, go follow all the other teams, follow Brotherhood, but follow all the other teams that are competing. I think the more support and the more that the whole league can win, I think it will ultimately benefit dancers in the long run, like in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like that's the vision. It's not just this year. It's like, where is this actually going to go and how's it going to grow? So, it's just been, it was really cool to compete against the other teams, but also that sense of, man, we're in the show. Like we're in the NBA, we're in the NHL. Like this is kind of tight, and it's still at the infancy stage. Like we're growing and there's a lot of work to be done, but it's just really cool to be, and we feel very like honored to be included in that as well. Like, to be honest, when they first reached out to me, I was like, okay, but like we take like 6 years off. Like that's a pretty big break. Like the fact that you would even consider us to be a part of the league was an honor in and of itself. So I think that's why the expectation was very low. I was like, let's just go out there and like have fun. Let's do our best and see what happens.
Well, twofold. I feel like Connor or the founders of IDL like respect what you've built like from Brotherhood, like with the studio, and they're looking for teams, correct me if I'm wrong, that like are more than just dance. Yeah. So I thought that was like a cool like way to pay respect to like what you've built and the legacy after Brotherhood or ongoing from Brotherhood. And then you said something else.
Or like the event itself.
Sure.
Well, so you like worst timing.
Yes. So I was so excited to be a WAG. But
what's a WAG for those that might not know?
Wives and girlfriends.
Nice. Okay.
That's the one sport term I know out of all sports. Okay. So yeah, obviously Scott told me the dates, and when it was happening, I was like, yeah, obviously I'm going to be there, all these things. And then I think it was like a week later, I was like, wait, what's the date? And then when you said it, I was like, I'm away. I was maid of honor for my best friend's wedding. And I planned this bachelorette, and I'm like, I can't miss this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I won't be here for the first one. And then we like talked it through. We're like, you know what? You probably won't even see each other. You need to be focused on Brotherhood. I'll be with Tommy, or it'll just be a busy time. But then the day came and we were like, wait, I wish I was there. We wish we were together. So that was hard, but it ended up working out. I still felt like I was experiencing with you just because of the way it was like shown and live. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like especially when you like guys did the walkout. I just was going crazy. I was like, so what is it?
Invested.
So invested. Like, okay, so how it worked out with the Bachelorette, like all of the people that went were actually dancers, thankfully. So thank you, Melissa, for letting us watch IDL on your Bachelorette. Like, what kind of friend does that? But everyone did want to watch because they were also friends with obviously a lot of the members. Some have taught them before. Anyways, it was just so funny that we actually got to watch the whole thing together, and it brought us all closer together because everyone was just watching me be vulnerable and freaking out and crying.
We got to cue some of these clips because they're the best.
I was like, I don't care if I look crazy. This is just how I feel and probably how I would react if I was there live. But yeah, from the walkout and just seeing you guys highlighted in a way that you so deserve. And you guys are so cute and lovable. Like, Brother is just the best. Like, I'm biased, but I'm not. Like, everyone who is a fan of Brotherhood just knows that it's more than, you guys are amazing and amazing dancers, but you're also amazing people. You know how to perform and like put together a set that will like bring in the audience, like especially with the first set. I'm just going in. We're just going in. Like, yeah, it was just so awesome. So yeah, from the walkout, and then what was after that? The coin toss.
Yeah.
When you were matched up, oh my goodness, literally, I was like, okay, please, just not royal family, please not royal family. And then you end up with the royal family. I was like, oh my goodness, but it ended up being like the best match could ever be because of. Like, yeah, I feel like there's always been the ongoing rivalry from even HHI days.
Yeah.
Like my heart's beating fast again, just thinking about all this. Do we keep going? Okay. Yeah. Okay. But yes, from the coin toss. And then after that, yeah. So I was just processing everything like how I thought you were. So I was like, okay, what is he going to choose? I think he's going to choose the aura farming set because they need to get what if they don't get on to the next, if they don't get to perform this again, aura farming won't be popular anymore. Yeah. So my heart was just beating so fast. And I couldn't explain this to the girls, or I was kind of trying to, but I was like, I think they're going to perform this set. And they're like, okay, Carmen, you're crazy. Why are you crying? So yeah, when you guys did that and the whole crowd reacted, I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then I think even from when the performances first started, again, we had this okay, we don't know what to expect. We don't know this. I was like, oh my gosh, Brotherhood worked so hard. Just the strategy and putting together 2 fire sets. I think everyone was like, oh yeah, we'll get through with our first one. And I put in, no, you guys could, either one would have done great. So anyways, yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, Brotherhood's got this in the bag. And I was like, I need to tell Scott this. I need to tell you that, you guys got it.
We were so stressed. We had no idea.
I know, but that's why I was like, can I call you? I can't call you right now.
Literally backstage. But yeah, that's good frame of reference because for us, we weren't watching anything that was going on. We were just locked in and focused on what we needed to do and kind of prepping and making sure we didn't, forget the steps or anything like that. And so there was no frame of reference. We didn't know how the competition was going. So
yeah, I was just texting you in all caps, hoping you see us. I'm like, you guys got this. Just enjoy, have fun.
No, we were so,
it was so funny.
We were stressed, but we were really trying to soak in the moment. I think the walkouts were so crazy.
Yeah.
The first walkout versus the second walkout too. First walkout, we were like, yo, let's just we've, who knows if we'll ever get to do this again. Let's just enjoy it. So that was so fun. And just seeing everybody cheering and rooting for us. Dancers have never been given that platform before, that spotlight to do a tunnel walkout like they do in UFC or they do in sports. That was so cool to experience firsthand. And then yeah, the second, again, we didn't really see any of the other matchups. So we had no idea what we were expecting, and then made it to the second round. And then for that walkout, we were like, okay, boys, let's just
lock in.
The difference was the first walkout, you would go onto the stage, you do the coin toss, and then you'd go off stage. But the second walkout, you walked on stage and you competed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why we were like, okay, I think we got to lock in here. As soon as we are going through the tunnel, we can't be woo, because then we go from that to let's perform. So we kind of had to switch a little bit, switch some of that up.
And it was epic. Yeah. But at the same time, I hope they're not nervous. I'm like, you guys got it. It was just funny. I'm like, when you were so serious, I was like, I hope it's coming from, I got to lock in.
Yeah.
Not oh my gosh. Not scared. But it was just funny. I was like, what's going through your head?
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Well, I should mention that probably one of the funniest parts was during the head-to-head matchup, after we performed, they brought both teams on stage, and then you look behind at the screen and then it shows the judges' tally. And so I'm looking back and, the sound's going bing, bing, bing. And I'm seeing the guys react and the crowd's reacting. And I'm colorblind, so I don't see the, apparently there's a +1 on Brotherhood. I'm not seeing that. All I'm seeing at the bottom, if you watch on the stream, if you just watch my reaction, I'm literally just deadpan looking at the screen and I just see each of the judges. There's white and I'm just are we team white? Are they, how does that work? And it just went bing, bing, bing. But all the guys are reacting. So I'm like, something's going on here. I'm not 100% for sure. And then they announced Brotherhood won the matchup and I'm like, how? What happened? And where did this happen? Where is everyone getting this information? And then later to find out that it was green on a red background, which I can't see really either. So that was just a funny, I literally was clueless.
And it was on the sides too,
I think I was near the center.
Because the first I guess, yeah, because we watched the first matchup. We were like, where are the scores? Like, so it was like the plus ones on the side, but you guys are in the middle.
Yeah.
So it was just funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs to the Royal Family though. Like that was, just to build off kind of what you're saying, like for so long, it wasn't really a rivalry. I mean, at HHI, obviously.
Like a healthy one. It was just like, you guys are the top ones. Exactly. It's like, who's going to win?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was always between, I would say, like those two, especially at like HHI, which was what, 2013, 2014?
Yeah.
And then now we're 10 years later in the like in the first like choreography dance league, now being matched up against each other, and like they have so many fans online.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like apparently the chat was just going crazy, and then we obviously had some supporters that was like, you know, they were just all cheering, which everyone was saying like that was like the marquee matchup. Like that was like it couldn't have gone better.
Yeah, it like made the competition.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would have been just like different. But that was like, I can't believe that happened for the first one. That was
Yeah. But yeah, they killed it, and they've got so many new members that are carrying on that legacy, because it's tough too. Like I think the difference with us was we had a lot of our OG members from day one that were on that stage with us. So for example, Aloe, Adrian, Michael, Francis, who am I missing?
You.
Okay. And then also some of the guys that were like the following year or two afterwards, they were with us on that stage, whereas some of these other teams were carrying on the legacy of previous dancers, and there's a lot of pressure with that. Like I get that. Whereas we had the advantage of being like, we've been doing this for 15 years now, 15 years, 11, 12.
Math.
2011, 2025, 14 years. Yeah. So we've had that advantage where like, we know what Brotherhood is. So it's us. Just do what we do. Whereas these other teams, a lot of them are carrying on that torch. So I have nothing but respect for what they're doing and what they're putting out there. All the teams.
Yes.
Anyways.
But I'm just not Brotherhood's number one fan. Sorry.
You are number one fan, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Sorry. Another thing from our watch party. It was so funny. Like, obviously I was like freaking out. So some of the other girls were like on it for how to vote. Like they were figuring it out real time. They're like, you have to sign in with your phone number. Like it's easier. And it was so funny. Like the amount of like, just vote for Brotherhood. Or we were strategic. We're like, Brotherhood can beat that team. So let's vote for them so that they get into... the competition was just so cool that we were included as the audience.
Right.
So I think they did a really great job of that.
Yeah.
And it was just epic. How was like the stadium or?
Oh, it was crazy. the setup and the production was insane. Like they had the best crew. They had, I think it was like NFL live stream, like the guys that stream and record NFL games. They were the ones that were at that event. Like they had however many cameras. They had Vibrancy, obviously the goats. They were filming everything. The LED panels, the LED screens went crazy. The stream itself, just like how everything was designed, was just so next level. It was like, I've never seen this before.
And like the stage setup, everything.
Yeah.
Was it like performance wise, did it feel different from like vibe or?
Honestly, when you are on stage, like, you know this, but you kind of, because all of the lights are on stage and the audience is dark, it's blacked out, like there's no lights in the audience, you don't really see. So to be completely honest, like, like when we did aura farming, like, I knew it was gonna work. Like I knew, I was like, this is gonna work. Like we definitely, it's gonna work. Yeah. We definitely should do this. Had to convince some of the guys because they're like, I don't know. I'm like, just please trust me. I know this is gonna work. But you don't see the reaction. You hear the reaction. Yeah. So it's like when we were doing it, like I'm on the ground and we're like looking for it and smiling. But like when you're looking, you just see it. You just see like haze. You see lights, and then you just see like shadows. But you don't know if they're standing up or if they're sitting down. Right. You don't know how they're reacting. All you know is like you hear them, and it just like hits you. It's kind of cool. It's like almost like a delay. It's like you do it, and then you wait a second, and then like this wave comes, and then it's just like, oh, sick. They like it.
Yeah.
I love that. I've always loved that. I think about all the times we performed at Vibe as well. Like it's the same thing. You do a move, you wait like half a second, and then it's just boom. And man, there's nothing. That's, I feel like, what keeps pulling me back is just that like interaction that you have when you're performing on stage. It's just a feeling that you can't explain. It's insane. So yeah,
I wish it was there, but
yeah, I do too. And I remember like, I remember like waking up, and then I remember like getting ready for the comp, and I'm like, man, it would just be cool to have, you there. Like at first I was like, it's okay. I got to lock in. You got to do your thing. Like, that's great. And then like, as I was going, I was like, man, I really wish Carmen was here. Like that would have been cool to at least just have you there as like, you're like my rock. Like you're always like in my corner. You've always got my back. You're always telling me what I need to hear, even when like I don't want to hear it or if I don't know what I need to hear. And then after with like the celebration, like after we won, I was just like, oh, I just really want to share this with you. Like I wish you were there, that you could like be there. Which was hard, but also like totally understandable. I feel like it's a very Carmen move to like put others before yourself. Like you knew how important it was for you to be at your best friend's batch. Like you planned it all. And I respected that. There was honestly, there was no question in my mind. Like that was the right thing to do.
It was just the day of that.
Yeah. I was just like, oh man. And I think it's also because you've been there for all the other comps as well. Like literally every comp.
And I'd sit by myself sometimes and hug random strangers. That's what I do. I'm just so excited. I love Brotherhood.
Your Brotherhood's #1 fan. You're the best. Thanks for all the support. And just like, talking me through all the phases of stress to get to the final product. It's a lot
of work being a WAG, everybody. It's not for everybody. But we're gonna live our best lives for future events.
Yeah. So IDL, they've announced the tour, which is happening 2026. It's March, April, May, June, July, August off, and then September. And then we're going to be hitting all the tour stops. So all the cities that all the teams are from, which is pretty crazy. So it's kind of like F1 in that sense, where it's like a circuit. So I believe March is, I don't know if I can even say.
Maybe no.
Okay. Anyway, so there's a lot of cities that we're going to.
Just kidding.
Internationally. And then it'll be cool to come home and perform at home, like compete at home with everybody cheering. I think that would be really cool, but it's also just gonna be cool to be able to travel the world and do
it with the team.
Totally.
Too. Yeah.
Totally. So that's coming up in 2026. So we had a little bit of like an off season now because there was so much, like we were practicing every night, like it was a lot. So we took a couple weeks off now just to like rest, recover, and then we'll basically start picking it up pretty soon here to get back into shape for next season. So that's exciting. But IDL. It's fun.
So exciting.
It's very exciting.
Crazy.
So that's IDL. Lots of things to look forward to. So if you haven't already, go check out IDL on all platforms. Also give Brotherhood a follow on all platforms if you haven't already. We'd love to bring you along for this journey and document it all. And
so excited for you guys.
Thank you. Just build out I think it's cool. I think what's cool is like building out what the future is going to look like as well. Like it's not just about us. It's like, this is for like the future of choreography teams and what it looks like moving forward. So that's been really cool. So another cool update that we got at the studio is a new program that we've launched, Essentials program, which is super cool. You've been very heavily involved with a new offering that we haven't offered to the studio that people are interested in and shown a lot of interest in, which has been pretty cool. So maybe tell us a little bit about what that is.
So it's our newest training program at the studio. It's about 12 weeks long. We've had progressives before, but this is like, a program for dancers to just come together for a few months with about 1 to 2 faculty members and just get, a more like in-depth training. It's not a competitive team, which is really cool. And so we just wrapped up the phase 1, which is our beginner level program. And that was taught by myself, John Ray, and Ryan. And it was just such a fun time. And we're really excited to do round 2 now. And we also launched our intermediate one as well. And this is both happening in Vancouver and Toronto, which is awesome. But I've loved it. I'm always been passionate about teaching beginners, and I love teaching foundations and technique in like a fun and approachable way. Sometimes I find it can be intimidating, obviously, if you're a new dancer. In general, and that's why I like teaching my beginner classes too, is I'd like to think I'm nice and welcoming and not intimidating. So that's something I like emphasizing, is that, hey, dance is fun. And like, you took a step to come try something new. So just be open. It's not a like competition or audition. Like, you're just trying something new. It might feel awkward, and that's okay. That's the point of learning. And also passionate about just building community, whether that's in my class or in Essentials too. So I think the most rewarding part with this past round was seeing everyone, like on the last day, we did like a routine from the week before, and everyone was just smiling and looking at each other, like actually dancing with each other. Whereas like from the first week, they probably didn't know each other as well. Like, yeah, maybe felt weird on their bodies, but they were just going for it and their confidence just grew. So that was, just really special to see. And I can't wait for that to happen again with the next phase.
Yeah, we're going phase, level.
Like, what is the right term?
We like both. We like going because we're doing 3. Like we have level 1, 2, and 3, and phase 1, 2, 3, and so it's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Advanced is to come, which is exciting. We've launched just the beginner and the intermediates right now, and I think it's really cool too because there's like a time and a place for drop-in classes, and then there's also time and a place for essentials program. And I think the feedback that we heard was from a lot of dancers taking drop-in classes that weren't a part of a team already, as they wanted more in-depth knowledge, feedback, one-on-one time with the teacher, building on what they did the week before. And so that's where this kind of came out of, was this kind of demand for more in-depth training. And it's been really cool. You can see the progress and you see the growth like week over week over week, especially like you said, by week 12, they're like a complete different dancer than they were in the first week. And I think the term that we landed on was like essentials. And that's not just like a foundational term. I think it's what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach the essentials in whatever level you are to take your dancing to that next level. So we've got, essentials for beginners. These are the things you need to work on. But then there's also essentials you need to learn as an intermediate dancer. And then if not, there's even more essentials you need to like hone in and master if you're an advanced dancer and you want to take that next step to whether it's pre-professional, professional, teaching. There's essentials for each of those levels that you really need to practice and lock in order for you to make that next step, whether it's to go from beginner to inter advanced, or advanced to pre-professional and professional. So that's kind of why we landed on that essentials term as well. But it's been really cool to see everyone. We got, how many applicants did we have? It was like over 100.
Yeah, for the
first one, which was wild.
And it was so funny. Me and Calvin were like, oh yeah, okay. We stopped the date and then we didn't like close applications, and we came back. We're like, oh no,
there's so many more.
Do we have to look through all of this? So we will have it hopefully every season. So sometimes it's just about the volume of applicants. Like, just keep taking class and then apply again. Like there's because you also want it to be limited in the amount of people because you want to be able to have that feedback loop where you can give them and you have that one-on-one attention. If it's just a packed room, it's hard to give that in the time given. So if you are interested in the Essentials program, be sure to follow us on socials, check out our email newsletter as well as our website. We'll be launching phase 1, 2, and 3 as well in this next little bit, both Vancouver and in Toronto, which is super, super exciting. Yeah.
So one quick little shout out. Now that we're back on the podcast, just wanted to give a little shout out to Gogo. She is an amazing dancer that comes to our studio in Mount Pleasant. And I saw her not too long ago and she was just asking about the podcast. When's it coming back? So shout outs to you, Gogo. She comes all the way from Langley. I think transits in.
And listen to the podcast.
On our way in. So that was really cool. So really hearing that feedback helps us continue to push this forward. So be sure to let us know if you enjoy these episodes. Drop a comment down below or an email or a message, or just tell us to our face that you enjoy it, and we'll keep pushing because that's a lot of the motivation behind it.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, is anybody listening? Does anybody like it? No, that's okay. Another shout out to Julia from Code Red in Toronto. We met her at the Studio 6 show when we were there, and it was just so cute meeting you. And I told you I'd shout you out on the podcast. So here it is. And she called us out and was like, you haven't released an episode since September 2024. And I was like, oh my gosh, the fact that you know that.
And
like,
you didn't even realize
Yeah,
that,
and I'm like, oh, you care about the podcast? That actually means a lot. So shout out to Julia. Shout out Gogo, and shout out everybody who listens and cares about what we have to say. But honestly, it does mean a lot to us. So thank you. And if there's anything you want to know, ask us, topics, please let us know. This is literally for you. So comment, or maybe we'll do a little Q&A.
Definitely going to do a Q&A sesh. So make sure you drop those comments down below. And we got a lot of exciting things coming up for season 2.
Yeah, more IDL debriefs, and maybe I'll calm down for those, or maybe not be a part of them anymore because I'm not on Brotherhood.
No, you're involved.
Yeah, a lot of IDL. We're gonna get to know more of our faculty, especially in Toronto.
Heck yeah.
And then, more of us yapping if you're okay with
And more
that.
Tommy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. This was episode 1 of season 2 here at the Studio North podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, throw us a like, throw down a comment. That also helps us know what you want us to be talking about. And we will see you again here for the next episode on the Studio North podcast.
Hey,
Peace.
Thank you.